Hello everybody, welcome to my farmhouse sewing room. So it's the late night quilt show tonight. I just want to give you a quick rundown of all the quilts that I've made for Christmas before I wrap them up. So this is going to be a quickie show of what I've been doing. And my assistant here, my sister Glenda, is going to show you what we've got going. So I'm going to start off with the children's quilts that I've done first. And the first one is this adorable baby quilt that's made out of flannels on the front. And let me just scoot this around a little bit so we can see better. Okay, so this is just made out of flannel blocks. The little teddy bear blocks are cotton, and I did do some decorative stitching in this. This originally I was going to do for a craft fair, but my niece is having a baby, so we decided to turn it into a gift for her. And on the back, I have this wonderful little patriotic bows on the back, which is really cute. I did make an addition up here at the header because I didn't have enough fabric, and I put this blue in here, and I did an awesome little teddy bears design in the quilt, and it turned out great. I did the rollover binding. I'm not a good binder yet, so don't judge me. So I did a nice rollover binding so it gives it a nice finished look. So on to the next one. I think I told you in one of my videos that I was doing these awesome dinosaur quilts made out of scrap blocks. This one was the first one. And I don't know if you can see the picture in here, but these were all scrappy blocks that I had, and I kind of created this dinosaur with the blocks, and I added these orange circles in here, and I added some little tips on his feet. I made the greens at the bottom. I did the light blue and the white and kind of like a sun in the corner just to keep it whimsical. And I call this one the Daydreamer Dinosaur Quilt, and this one is for my nephew David, and we did this awesome dinosaur design on my quilter in the quilt, and this one is for David. So next up we have David's brother Braxton. I did the same design with the blocks, scrappy blocks, and made another dinosaur. And this one I did in a different color with the red head, the orange blocks for the body, the gray feet, the spikes in the red. And then I did a night sky, and then I did like a flower theme below, and I call this one the Night Stalker, the Dinosaur Night Stalker. And we also did this in the wonderful dinosaur design. And on the back, you can see it really shows, we did it in white thread, and it really shows the design. This is a really fun little toddler-sized blanket for a little boy. So the next one, we did the same concept. I have another niece who has a young son, and his name is Garrett. And this was a piece of flannel that was given to me by Jim's aunts. And this has all kinds of dinosaurs on it, and it's flannel. And I did it the back in green, and we also did the dinosaur design. And this one's just a fun, whimsical little blanket, the same size as the other two. Just really fun. And next, this quilt is for my nephew's daughter, his firstborn. Her name is Araya. I've been making this quilt for 3 years. And when Araya was born, I did not want to make her a baby blanket. I wanted to make her something that she could grow into. So this over time, yes, it's Glenda's first granddaughter. And I promised this quilt, and it has taken me so long, and she's finally getting it. But I made it into a twin-size blanket. And I did these awesome little stars out of some fat quarter bundles that I had that has butterflies and flowers and bees and some sweet peas, and I just added some different pretty girly fabrics on the front just to kind of fill it in. In the back, I did in the flannel, and I didn't have quite enough, so I bordered it in with this little light blue polka dot, and it has the beautiful flowers on the back. And I just did the meander quilting on the front, and it just looks like little puzzle pieces, but it really turned out nice for Araya. And it's something that she can grow into well into her preteens. So, next, I don't know if any of you all seen my videos before, and I've talked about, okay, this one. We'll talk about this one. This one's been hanging in the background for my last couple of videos. This one is for my mom, and I call it the Doggy Lineup. And this one is quite cool because we have these little squirrely designs and dog biscuit design in here. This fabric had lines in it, so it was easy to cut the rows out. And then I got some other fabric that matched with the little doggy footprints and the bones. And these colorful strips in between was a jelly roll. And it was kind of variegated because it started off orange, and then it faded down into light, and then it slowly faded into a darker pink. So I just really kind of incorporated it because I had the colors of all the dogs. So on the back, it has this wonderful pink paisley. My mother really liked this fabric. This was a wide back, so I thought it would be perfect for this quilt. It turned out great, and I can't wait to give it to her. Okay. And in one of my recent videos, I showed how I did this quilt. I called it the Chain of Love quilt. If you want to check that out, it's in one of my videos. But it's quilted, and I did the little meander, and I took some of the cutoffs from the blocks, and I made these awesome border design. And I'm not sure remember what this one.
Chain of Love.
Yeah, I don't remember the size, but it turned out great. This is going to be a gift for Jim's dad and his stepmom for Christmas. And on the back, I found this awesome little bird fabric, and it's kind of upside down, but you get the gist of it. I found the bird fabric at Walmart. I just loved it because it had a lot of colors in it. Although it wasn't wide enough, I added on some orange pieces on the sides of the back just to finish it off. It's just a simple quilt, and I'm hoping that they'll put it on their couch and use it for something like when they're watching TV. It's a very colorful quilt, and it turned out great. So the last quilt I have hanging on my wall back here, I'm going to show you, and if you all remember this was the On the Farm quilt. I did a video on this, and this was something that I created with didn't know where I was going with it. I just put it together, and it really turned out great, and it's got a lot of views. So if you would like to check it out, you can check it out. It's called the On the Farm quilt. It is quilted. We measured it, and it was, I believe, 82 inches long by 63.5 inches wide. It's a really big quilt. My father and my stepmom are going to get this quilt for Christmas. They have no idea. It really means a lot to me because I really have a lot of work into this quilt. I finished it off with a red flower border. I don't know if I had that in the last video when I had the quilt top done, but I did get a wide back for the back, and the back is done in this red grunge kind of fabric, and I just did the meander on the quilting, and it just really turned out great. I'm so proud of it. So I did do a couple of tie blankets, and if you want to check those out, I have how I tie with one hand video. I did do two blankets that are fleece. I cut them myself and I tied them myself, and every year I usually do a tie blanket for somebody. So I'm just going to hold up the first one for me, and I'm going to just move over there and let you see what I did with this wonderful blanket. This is for my nephew. His name is Logan, and he is a gamer, and he loves games. So this has little video, whatever them thingies are.
Controllers.
Controllers, yeah. And I did an awesome red and black plaid on the back. It turned out great. It's wonderful for a teenage boy. And we also did him a matching pillow. My sister Glenda did these pillows because we had leftover fabric. So we bought him a pillowcase, and we took the leftover fleece and just made a simple pillowcase for him to go with his fleece blanket. So my sewing room looks like little elves have been in here sewing. Yes, we can. Let me do, yes.
Show that one.
My little sister has made her very first quilt, and we quilted it, but she doesn't have it binded yet, so we're going to show this off. This is a very unique quilt, great for beginners. She did some fat quarters, and she sliced them up in different slices and made these into rows with all these different colors. And then I had some colorful fabric in my stash, which really matched her colors, and she did these long strips and put them in between all her little pieced rows, and it turned out really great. And we did a hearts and swirls pattern on her quilt. And she's probably going to do the rollover binding.
Yes.
And on the back, we found this plaid that was awesome. This was also in my stash, so I mean, just how perfect did it come? But you can actually see the little hearts and swirls, and it's a really big pattern, but it comes together really nice. So this is what we've been doing in the sewing room for Christmas. We have really put our hearts and souls into all this stuff, and we're still not finished. I'm pretty frazzled. I'm trying to keep a job and work and make things for the family. So if you enjoyed our video, please like and please subscribe. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching. Have a great night.